We want to turn back to that developing story out of Tennessee, though. A Southwest Airlines plane took off from Houston. It's landed off the runway at Nashville International Airport, and we're getting now reports of injuries. Transportation correspondent Kris Van Cleave is on the phone with us. Kris, what are you learning?
Hey, Contessa, we're hearing from local firefighters that 3 people did suffer some minor injuries and were taken to an area hospital. But there were 133 passengers and 5 crew members aboard Southwest Flight 31. It was flying from Houston Hobby Airport to Nashville. It left the taxiway after landing around 5:30 Central Time, 6:30 Eastern Time this evening. And from pictures we're seeing, it looks like the plane almost kind of went into a ditch almost. It appears that the front landing gear may have collapsed. There are exit slides that were used on one side of the aircraft for people to evacuate. Based on some of the pictures we have been able to see of this incident. But at this point, we don't know why the plane left the taxiway. Sort of the industry speak is it exited the taxiway, but basically that means it drove into a ditch by all appearances.
And when we're talking about these injuries, any of them serious?
At this point, we're hearing 3 minor injuries. Firefighters did transport those 3 people to a hospital in the Nashville area. But there were 133 passengers on board, 5 crew members. Now, the plane was on the taxiway, which means it was moving relatively slowly. The taxiway is sort of the roadway the plane takes to and from the runway. So it had already landed, had slowed down after flight, and was driving to the gate, basically, when, for whatever reason, it left the paved part of the taxiway and ended up in this ditch embankment area off of the paved area.
And from the video, it looks like the weather, it's not raining there. It's certainly not snowing, right? Any inclement weather?
It doesn't look like it. So that'll be one of the things that the FAA will look at is, was there any surface condition that could have contributed to this? You may remember there was a Southwest incident at LaGuardia a few years ago where they blamed the captain ultimately for how that airplane was landed, that it came down on the nose gear and sort of skidded off on the runway. That was a much more serious accident on its face than what appears to have happened here. However, the FAA is going to look at, and the NTSB may as well decide to take a look at what happened here, because this clearly is not how that's supposed to go.
Kris, it's good to talk to you. Thank you.
Sure thing.